Das ist aber schön. Warum ist hier eine Oberleitung? Oh. Was ist das?
From the village, these cranes look like little creatures, grazing. I had no idea how huge they are.
Frage ist, was hier mit dem Zeitalter passiert. Oder geht es einfach nur darum, vorzugehen?
I feel nourished in these sights by the unfamiliarity of it all. These means of connection, long in disuse, are certainly telling me something about the world. Will they be used again in the next season?
Na gut.
Most of what I've seen from the outside world probably arrived in a cart like this. The irony of Cairo is that it's a closed-off place on the outskirts of a busy trading hub. A postal hub we hardly used is practically on our doorstep.
So, mal gucken, was hier rumliegt. Postkarten von den Aseninseln, okay. Ich fühle mich, als spazierte ich beschwipst am Rande der Welt. Wir hüpfen von Insel zu Insel, so wie ein Stein übers Wasser hüpft und kleine Wellen hinterlässt, wie ein Kuss oder zwei. Ach, ich vermisse dich heute einfach. Küsschen, Küsschen, du weißt schon wer. Nico Artwitz, okay. Aus dem Ein Tal. Hey, rate mal, wo ich bin. Ich hoffe, du hast zuerst auf diese Seite geschaut. Ich musste den Geburtsort von ihrer weisen. Hier gibt es viele Touristen, aber der Ort auch etwas Seltsames an sich. Es würde mehr als eine Postkarte brauchen, um es zu erklären. Pass auf dich auf. Nehmen wir mit. Oh, Karo Village. Dieses Dorf war sehr schwer zu finden, aber wenn man unbedingt will, findet man den Weg dorthin. Ich wollte dich nur wissen lassen, dass ich hier bleibe. Dieses Zeitalter kann nur böse enden. Es ist zu bunt, zu fröhlich. Pass auf dich auf, Conway.
I can see in these letters that the outside world has extremes of beauty and tragedy beyond anything I've known.
Halt. Welche Taste? So. Liebe Estelle, es würde mich wundern, wenn dieser Brief dich erreicht. Der Krieg ist wie ein verwirrter Schläfer geworden, der mit fest verschlossenen Augen im Bett um sich schlägt. Ich beobachtete, wie die Soldaten die Menschen zuerst entkleideten. Eine kleinere Erniedrigung, die alles weitere legitimiert. Ich wünschte, ich hätte dich vollkommener geliebt, als die Welt es zuließe. Gute Nacht, Liebe. Odell.
They were right. The letter never made it. The season before this one, the war, seems so horrible. I wish humans had evolved to sing instead of talk.
Schick, schick. Diesen Brief bitte an Dr. Fumio weiterleiten. Ich leide an Erinnerungsüberschuss, kann aber nicht zur Behandlung ins Dorf reisen. Ich bete, dass du mir per Brief mitteilen kannst, wie diese Krankheit zu heilen ist. Ich kann nicht vergessen. Jetzt weiß ich, wie wichtig es ist, den Geist freien Raum zu lassen. Sag mir, was ich tun soll. Sag mir, wie ich vergessen kann. Diesen Brief bitte an Dr. Fumio leiten.
Before setting up in Karo Village, Dr. Fumio roamed the land curing people. It must have been hard when he wasn't around anymore, especially for people who couldn't travel to the village.
Lieber Cornelius, ich habe darüber nachgedacht und muss es dir sagen. Der Name, den du für dein Baby ausgesucht hast, er ist schrecklich. Bitte nimm ihn nicht. Ich bete, dass dieser Brief dich noch rechtzeitig erreicht. Nicht so wirklich.
That poor baby.
Aber da stand ja nicht drin, mit welchem Namen das Baby gesegnet sein soll, ne? Kann man da hinten lang fahren? Nicht ganz.
Someone carved notches in the bamboo for the wind to flit through, so it can sing.
Nicht ganz.
Alter Finne. Alter Finne.
Nicht ganz. Ja, Moment mal. Wir haben nichts Neues. Voll den Turbo rausgenommen.
I heard that village was abandoned because of a mind disease. Not every community had someone like Dr. Fumio to perform cures.
Ja, da war gerade was. Halt.
I forgot what I was going to say.
Was? ...543. Okay.
A crane to move materials around. The things that used to be possible.
Ist es heute nicht mehr möglich?
We learned about old technology in school, but not much about animals.
Und nicht.
My first time petting an animal. I think it went pretty well. That time it felt off. I guess I had beginner's luck before.
Will sich da falsch anfühlen. Jetzt aber.
Okay, now I got it back. I'm in control. I can easily pet certain four-legged animals.
Na, 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 na. Kann man hier rüberfahren können? Nö. Das haben die schon nicht mehr erlebt, ja. Sind nicht aus dem Dorf rausgekommen.
I cycled through landscapes, seeing them for the first and last time. I had no idea when I left my home how the season would end, or more importantly, how soon. On a cold, damp day, I feel true loneliness for the first time. Nobody could have described with words how big this world is, how it goes and goes. I passed through it, where others passed before me.
Guck mal, Windkraftanlagen.
The blades turn, but I bet they don't generate any power.
Okay, was
Probably
ist?
just swirling the air around.
Was es ist, weiß sie zumindest.
When a season turns, the reasons behind things might disappear. But the engine may survive. The power is not lost. It's just buried a little.
Vielleicht hier aus der Entfernung.
This structure dominates the landscape but wasn't made for it. It's for passing through, for moving elsewhere.
Man muss manchmal wirklich doch dicht daran. Ne?
Someone was out here alone.
Die Leitung ist tot, hier das Kabel durchgeschnitten. Ich hasse dieses Zeitalter.
They used the walls like I use my journal. One melody is like me out here alone. I can't really live like this.
Eine Stimme, eine Melodie, allein in der Wildnis hält nicht lang. Zwei Stimmen, eine Melodie und eine Harmonie können eine Weile überleben. Drei Stimmen, eine Gemeinschaft und ein Lied können ein ganzes Zeitalter überdauern.
They kept themselves company with music. Two voices is like me and my mom. We can survive, but eventually you need more. Three voices as complex as life is supposed to be. I could listen forever. I have a feeling they use these music boxes to fall asleep.
Da ist das Fahrrad. Oder kommen wir hier durch? Warte mal. Nicht wirklich, ja? Oh, ja. Wo geht's denn weiter? Gute Nacht, JP. Auch dir einen schönen, entspannten Sonntag. Ach, hier geht's weiter. Gar nicht gesehen. Da plätschert was.
Time seems to pass differently around here. I feel so heavy and so light at the same time. I'm not really alone. I'm with myself. I'm with the earth.
Ich treffe einen Fahrer von einer Gruppe, die eine Gemeinschaft aufbaut. Ich fahre mit ihm. Lebe wohl, einsamer Ort. Lebe wohl, einsames Zeitalter. Es
Looks
ist...
like they made it out of here. But what is this group?
Ist es eher so metaphorisch zu verstehen mit dem Zeitalter?
In the empty places, I found companionship in the tapes I recorded before leaving home. The elder told me the story of her life. I listened back to it, ready to note down anything that seemed important.
Let's set the scene for the listener, whoever that might be. This is the elder speaking. We're sitting in the plaza, saying goodbye to a dear soul. We're here to see if there's anything useful in my mind that could help you on your trip. A century's worth of memories, dreams, fantasies, visions.
Hat die so einen großen Kopf?
Like a big, old, haunted library. When I die, this library will burn down. But which book should we check out first? I don't have all the answers. But I do feel the story of my life could help you understand what kind of world is out there.
Hast du noch andere Tipps für meine Reise?
It's okay not to understand everything right away. The moment may pass before you've gotten a firm hold on it. But as long as you're there to witness it, to take it down in your journal, you and others to come will someday take the time to make sense of it all.
Wie heißt du wirklich?
Francis Cale, if you must know. You can call me Frank, or Elder, or the Elder, or Elder Frank. You know, whatever. I don't care.
Und wo bist du geboren?
I was born on the ocean.
Oh.
My mother and father worked on a cruise ship. The short-lived but glorious watery republics. Floating cities. Most won their independence by the time I was born. How can I describe them? They were a jewel of the golden season. Pleasure boats with a radical political program. How nice. The golden age was a time of flags, logos, mottos, mastheads. My mom taught me to read them. She was a ship's philosopher. My dad was a recycling engineer. Recycling on the ship was a matter of life and death. We had to get the most out of every object and watt of energy.
Woher stammt deine Familie?
My grandparents played with the past. They changed it like we change our wardrobe.
Okay.
So it was a different answer every time.
Ah, okay, die haben die Wahrheit nicht erzählt. Immer was anderes.
But they often said we were exiles of some kind. Exiled royalty from a secret lineage. Blood that glows in the dark. Or we're exiled from the mouth of some great leviathan. When they were older, they just said, we're from here. We're from right now.
Wie war es dort aufzuwachsen?
I loved the way the ship would tilt and roll with the waves, especially as I fell asleep. It was picture me as a kid in bed, feeling the swaying of the ship. It was like being rocked to sleep as a baby. I loved exploring the ship too. Wandering through the suites, the swimming pool, the game rooms, and there were 2 dance halls. A large, elegant one and another one in the basement. A lot of my firsts were down there. My first dance, my first kiss, and so forth.
Ah. Wann verließ du das Schiff?
Our ship was taken over in the early days of the war. That was the end of the watery republics. I heard the dance hall in the basement became a weapons cache. Took me half my life to say goodbye to the world I knew in my youth. Imagine me and my parents and everyone I knew being escorted off the ship by a company of soldiers. And I'm thinking, I hope they don't make a mess of my room. I was embarrassed by the younger kids who were crying their eyes out. But they knew, I guess.
War es das Ende eines Zeitalters?
Yes, the start of the war was a turning of seasons.
Okay.
And we had been warned the season was going to end. Oh, but we didn't understand the warning. You see, one night, along a coastline, we saw beautiful lights shimmering above the water. Later, we found out this was an ancient warning system. It hadn't been used in so long. We didn't know what it meant. We just thought, well, ain't that pretty? We tried to stick together and camped out on the coast of the prismatic grounds.
Wie ging es dir?
I thought it was all temporary. I couldn't see how things would return to normal, but I was sure they would. Aside from that delusion, I was okay. Are you sure you want me to keep going?
Ja,
The story gets darker from here on.
ja, gehört aber dazu. Mach weiter.
Okay, so conditions in the camp were getting worse. My mom got lost in thought for long periods of time. She'd be completely still for hours, days even. We realized she caught, well, now we call it time misperception disorder. It's when you lose your ability to tell how much time is passing. A minute can feel like an hour. A day can pass in 10 seconds.
Fühlte sie sich dabei?
What's so hard is the feeling of absolute loneliness. Normally, we're all at least roughly in the same flow of time. But with this disorder, you walk alone, truly. We heard about a traveling doctor who could cure these kinds of diseases. I decided to go find him. I found out his name was Dr. Fumio, and he traveled with his son Lucio. People talked about him like he was a god.
Was geschah, als du sie gefunden hast?
I described my mom's condition to Dr. Fumio. He said there was no cure yet, but there was a village high in the mountains. He thought it was high enough he'd have a better chance at treatment. Lower places are more dangerous. Valleys are the worst. He invited me to join them in going to the village. But I wanted to go back and get my parents and bring them with me.
Was passierte dann?
I packed my things and got ready to leave the next morning. At night, my mom came to me in a dream. She was standing in a field of flowers. I'd grown since I last saw her. We were the same height. She pressed a finger hard into my palm. She taught me well. I knew the meaning of the gesture. I knew no matter what I did, I'd never see my parents again. In the morning, I told Dr. Fumio I would follow him to Karo village. The next few weeks were very physically tiring, hiking, climbing. And when we found the village, building, planting, cleaning, Fumio brought sick people from all over the world. and they got better. The treatments worked. Everyone was healing. So why couldn't I? One day, we got word the war was over. We never found out how it ended. It was like peace just swept over the earth in a split second. There was a party in the plaza to celebrate the end of the war, but I couldn't bring myself to go. Yes, it was over, but it had taken my home, my family. That night, as I was falling asleep, I felt the bed tilt and sway gently, as if it was being tossed on the waves of the ocean, as if I was back in my bedroom on the ship, as if I was back in my mother's arms, being rocked gently to sleep. I knew I was finally home, and nothing could hurt me.
Also passiert irgendwas Schreckliches, wenn das Zeitalter endet.
I imagine coming upon a place as hidden and singular as my own village. Eventually, I found myself circling a valley, looking for a way in. This valley is asking people for a visit. I should oblige it.
Staudamm? Na. Geschenk der Prisma-Breiten, das Objekt elektrischer Frieden.
We never used this kind of technology in my village. Nobody trusted it. Wow, it's still working. It's still delivering power somewhere.
Ganz schön neblig hier.
Must be a car, but it looks weird. I haven't seen one like this in my books.
Oh. The valley. One second.
What will happen when we do as instructed and gather around this fake person?
Is that a strotophob? What are they called? What is it?
Ein Rekorder?
I love old gear like that. It's getting more and more rare. I had a camera, but it broke. Not that interesting of a story. What are you doing here?
Ich will die Welt beobachten und aufzeichnen.
The whole thing, huh? You're young. You got time. What kind of stuff are you recording?
Alles, was mein Interesse weckt.
That's the way to do it, if you ask me. If anyone asked me, I mean. The valley would be a good place to use those tools.
Aber
Too bad it's closed down. Let me finish up here, huh?
I've heard sounds that can heal the mind. It feels like this noise would do the opposite.
Hey. This was like a second home for a while. That was fun earlier when you showed up. And I was carrying the cardboard man. You were like, who are these guys? I've been pretty bored here. You know, the valley's gonna be flooded soon. That's why nobody can go in there. The dam is falling apart.
was ist mit dem da los?
It's too old. There's nobody left who knows how to repair it. We're taking it down so we'll know when it'll collapse. It gives us time to evacuate everyone.
Wer ist wir?
Greyhounds.
Huh?
We're a community organization. We do all kinds of fun stuff. Health clinics, minesweeping, daycare, evacuations, weddings. We're new.
Was ist mit grauer Hände gemeint?
It was supposed to be because we're helpful yet neutral. We took a vote and decided to change the name, though. We want something more friendly sounding. I'm excited to find out what it will be. We're trying to get new things going. But it's hard. The past really has a tight grip on people. Doesn't feel like a fair fight. So we're trying to... well... anyway. It's funny. I stood guard here for a week, and I've only seen greyhounds like myself, and valley people on their way out. But now I see you, and you're like a... new element, or something. I've never met anyone doing what you're doing. And we greyhounds gotta support new things. So... I'm not supposed to let anyone in. How can I... Jeez. I think you should go down into the valley and take a look. Gotta try something here. Dang it. I was trying to wink. Well, you get the idea. Go on and put that old gear to use. You can take my map of the valley, too. I don't need it anymore. I'll be down to pick everyone up around midnight. See you then.
I met a greyhound. He let me into the valley. I think he wanted me to record what the greyhounds were up to. And he gave me a map. The assembly point seemed like a good place to start.
Nichts aufgenommen, okay.
I wonder what he expects me to discover in the valley. The elder said that people were exhausted by symbols after the war. But here are a few hanging. This looks ancient. It must have been hard to carve a pattern like that into a rock. A skeletal version of the kind of billboard I saw earlier. The elder didn't think I'd see any flags. This could be a sign that the season is changing.
So, guck mal noch, das Tor nach Tieng. Hier steht das Tor zum Tieng-Tal, Heimat der 3 achtsamen Götter. Stell dir beim Eintreten die Millionen von Pilgern vor, die schon durch dieses Tor geschritten sind. Sie wurden geboren, sie lebten und sie starben.
I'm not the first to do this. Just the first in a long time.
Respektiere die Einwohner des Tieng-Tals. Sie sind keine Schauspieler, Touristenführer oder Tiere, sondern hart arbeitende Leute. Es wäre gut, wenn du den ganzen Müll und Abfall von den Kiosken einsammeln könntest, bevor du gehst. Sie verschandeln das schöne Tal und beleidigen die Kultur der Ansässigen, die kein massenverarbeitendes Lebensmittel oder Getränke essen. Okay.
I'll think about what kind of visitor I want to be.
Schrein des Tieng-Tals ist nur bei Sonnenaufgang und Untergang geöffnet. Die Besucher stehen früh auf, um zu morgigen Zeremonien mitzuerleben, und sie kommen abends zurück, um den Zeremonien zum Ende Tagesende beizuwohnen. Das ist so ein bisschen Tieng-Tal asiatisch, ne?
It seems like I'll have to wait for night to enter the shrine.
Okay. Kann ich hier... Ich weiß nicht, wie er speichert, weil hier ist für mich Feierabend. Bettzeit, Schlafenszeit und für euch vielleicht auch in diesem Sinne. Vielen Dank fürs Zusehen. Wir sehen uns morgen. Morgen ist wieder Sonntag. Denkt dran. Mal gucken, was wir spielen. Ich habe noch keinen Plan. Und schlaf gut. Was Schönes und ein schönes Restwoche. Euer Firefox.